Imagine that all the experiences in your life, whether joyful or painful, have a deep purpose. What if I told you that, according to Buddhism, nothing happens by chance? From moments of happiness to the most intense struggles, everything is interconnected. What seems accidental is, in fact, part of a larger plan. Buddhist philosophy teaches us that every experience, no matter how challenging, has a reason to be, and it's this understanding that helps us find true inner peace. The idea that everything happens for a reason can be life-changing. Let's embark on this journey of self-discovery and learn how everything in our lives has a purpose, starting with the law of impermanence. Have you ever wondered why good things don't always last, and why challenges seem to arise when we least expect them? And how can we deal with this without losing our peace? The answer lies in the deep understanding of impermanence, the idea that nothing in our lives is permanent. Everything changes, including our emotions, relationships, and even our own bodies. This constant change is not something to fear, but something to accept. True inner peace is not about avoiding change, but about learning to flow with it. If you're enjoying this story, how about leaving a comment? We'd love to know what you think and how you feel about what's going on. Don't forget to subscribe and activate the bell so you don't miss the next parts of this exciting journey. You might ask yourself, why does it hurt when things change? Or, how can I accept that my life is constantly shifting? The answer comes when we realize that resisting change only brings more suffering. The more we cling to the idea that things should remain the same, the more pain we create. Once we understand that impermanence is the nature of life, we can stop fighting against it and begin to accept it. When we let go of the expectation that life should stay the same, we open ourselves up to embracing each moment as it comes, with all of its transformations. Now, let's explore how this impermanence connects with another fundamental law of Buddhism, karma. Understanding how our actions, words, and thoughts influence our future can transform the way we approach life. Anicca, the law of impermanence. In Buddhism, the concept of anicca, impermanence, is fundamental. This law teaches us that everything is in constant change. Nothing lasts forever. The key to finding inner peace lies in accepting impermanence in everything around us. When we resist change or try to hold on to what is temporary, pain and suffering arise. Imagine nature. A river doesn't fight against the flow of the water, it flows naturally. A tree drops its leaves in the autumn, but it doesn't suffer because it knows that spring will bring new ones. Similarly, we too must learn to let go of what no longer serves us, trusting that each change in our life is an opportunity for growth. Accepting impermanence allows us to live fully in the present, without fear that good moments will end or that difficulties will be eternal. It's easy to become attached to the fleeting things of life, a job, a relationship, an emotional state. We think that if we cling tightly enough, we can prevent them from changing or fading. But in truth, nothing is meant to last forever. By recognizing this, we stop the cycle of wanting to hold on to what is already on its way out. The challenge is not to resist change, but to accept it with grace. Whether we are experiencing joy or pain, change is part of the process. We should learn to flow with it, like a river that adapts to the changing terrain without resistance. In doing so, we can experience peace, even when life changes in ways we don't expect. Cause and effect, the essence of karma. But what happens with everything we do? Buddhism teaches us about the law of karma, which states that everything we do, think, and say has a consequence, whether immediate or long-term. It's not about punishment or divine reward, but a natural law, just like gravity. When you throw a stone into a lake, the ripples spread and alter the water's surface. Similarly, our actions create ripples in the universe, and these ripples return to us, altering our reality and the reality of others. The law of karma shows us that nothing in life happens by chance. Every action, no matter how small, has a ripple effect that we might not even notice at first. Think about how the smallest decisions, like helping someone in need or sharing a kind word, can have an impact far beyond what we can see in the moment. Karma is not just about what happens to us, but about the energy we put into the world. When we act with kindness, that energy spreads, and it comes back to us in ways we might not immediately understand. Karma reminds us that we are the creators of our own reality, not passive victims of circumstances. Every choice we make matters. Wow, we're halfway through this incredible story. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank you from the bottom of my heart for following us so far. Your support means a lot. If you haven't subscribed yet, take the opportunity to click on the button and activate the little bell so you don't miss any part of this journey. Let's go to the end together. Now you might be thinking, why do some people seem to act badly and not face immediate consequences, while others do good and suffer? Buddhism explains that karma doesn't manifest immediately, but it's like planting a seed. Some seeds grow quickly, while others take longer to bear fruit. The important thing is that everything we do has an effect, even if we don't see it immediately. Karma also teaches us about personal responsibility. Often, we blame others or circumstances for our problems, but what Buddhism invites us to do is look within and see how our actions and thoughts have contributed to where we are today. A story illustrating karma. There is a Buddhist story that illustrates this very well. A disciple asked his teacher why some people are born into poverty and others into wealth, why some seem lucky and others not. The teacher replied with a simple analogy. If you plant apple seeds, you will get apples. If you plant thorns, you will get thorns. Every life is the result of past actions, and the decisions we make now are the seeds of our future. Karma doesn't mean fatalism. It's an opportunity to transform our reality with every choice we make. If we act with more wisdom and compassion, we can change the course of our life. This story also teaches us an important lesson about the interconnectedness of everything. We are not isolated beings. Our actions ripple out into the world and affect others in ways we cannot always predict. That's why Buddhism emphasizes compassion and mindfulness. The more conscious we are of our actions, the more we can cultivate a peaceful world, starting with our own thoughts and deeds. Reflections on karma. The practice of karma also helps us understand the collective impact of our actions. It's not just about what happens to us, but how what we do affects others around us. If we cultivate values like generosity and empathy, not only do our lives improve, but the environment around us becomes more harmonious. Intention behind our actions is key. The intention is what gives the energy behind what we do. For example, helping someone for personal gain creates a different energy than helping from pure altruism. If we can cultivate a mindset where every action is done with the intention of doing good, our world will naturally begin to reflect that. Imagine the power of a community living in harmony, all acting with kindness and understanding. The world becomes a better place not by one grand gesture, but by the accumulation of many small, compassionate actions that form a ripple effect. Transforming karma. We all have the power to transform our karma. Even if we have acted wrongly in the past, there's always time to change. Starting with small gestures of kindness, being more honest in our words, and helping others without expecting anything in return, can profoundly transform our life. Every small positive act creates ripples of change, just as a drop of water can create ripples in a lake. Buddhism teaches us that we are creators of our lives, not victims of fate. The awareness of karma gives us power and responsibility over what happens to us. By understanding the law of impermanence in karma, we begin to understand that we are not just passive observers of our lives. We are actively shaping our experience through every thought, word, and action. We have the ability to steer our lives in the direction we want, simply by making conscious choices. The practice of mindfulness helps us become more aware of the energy we create and how we can use it to bring about the life we want. Did you like what's happened so far? Then don't miss the next chapters. Subscribe, like, and share with your friends so that everyone can follow this incredible story. We can't wait to hear what you think and to keep surprising you.